Hello, hello, this is Ignacy Portal Games, and this is Askboardgames show, YouTube show where I ask your questions and I answer your questions about board games design and all that kind of stuff. And before we go to your questions, here is Polish edition of For Sale. We just released here on a yellow license, Na Sprzedaż. It's called Na Sprzedaż. Look how many consonants we can put on one title of the game, S-P-R-Z-D-Z. We also released Polish edition of 5 Families. You have it already in your game stores. But the big news of the last week or 2 weeks?
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks is this amazing game called Crazy Karts. We don't have yet the final box, but this is the box of a prototype. The game uses amazing tokens from Arkham Horror. And it uses all different pieces. This is a racing game. You probably already saw a presentation from Gamma. Each player will have his very own board, and on this board he will play his cards. Let me find the cards to decide what his card will do. So we can put the cards like this on initiative to be first, to play power-ups, to outsmart opponents and use some superpowers, to brake when you have too much speed, to turn if you want to dodge the obstacle, or to charge more power to get more power-ups. While the other player can speed up, so you go faster, can shoot cannons, you can shoot your opponents, or you can repair your card if opponents shoot you. And all of that you can do, but you cannot talk with your teammate, your partner. So it's a super funny game because each of you will put the cards on your boards behind the screens, and then you reveal the screens and you see what's going on. And for example, you speed up, he's not turning, or he's turning, we are not speeding up, and all of kind of stuff. Very funny family game. We are releasing this for Origins, which is June. 15th of June, this is a worldwide premiere. We will have this in Europe, we will have it in States, and we will have it in Poland. So all 3 different markets. The game is in production right now, and it will be very, very fun family game for you. It works from 3 to 8 players, so you may have 4 teams. If you have uneven numbers of players, you will use this amazing One wolf.
Leave wolf alone.
I'm sorry. And he has to manage his own card. His card is destroyed, it's not working properly, so he has to fix it during the race, which is very funny as well.
Sentence on the board is
Daddy loves you. It says there's lots of funny things on the board. On the board we have different pre-constructed places for obstacles. Each obstacle is different. There's a lot of stuff in the box, different boards, different stuff. We'll talk about this game for the upcoming weeks more and more, so stay tuned. This is Crazy Karts, our last announcement from Portal Games. And the other announcement from Portal Games, pre-orders for the 51st states are doing very, very well. We have more than $20,000 already gathered. We have 4 stretch goals unlocked. We have 1 more stretch goal to unlock. We're very close to unlock the 5th one, and then there's the 6th one, and we are done. So if you're interested in Imperial Settlers, if you like Imperial Settlers, please visit our website, check 51st State. This is a game that uses the same mechanism, but is much more aggressive, much more interactive, with the direct interaction and chance to raise opponents' locations very easy. Please check it out. 51st State pre-orders are right now. We have more than 400 pre-ordered copies already, so it is very successful for us. And if you decide to buy the game from us, if you decide to pre-order the game from our website, you will be able to get the game about 4 weeks before the street date, with all different stretch goals unlocked that are exclusive for this pre-order. So check it out. Please visit portalgames.pl. Am I right?
Of course, boss.
I'm always right. That's me. And now, guys, let's move on to the questions.
Ulf Person asks, can you tell us how Michael Orach and Grant Rodiak collaborated on the design for Cry Havoc?
Ulf, thank you for the questions. Actually, this was quite a difficult process to work, because Grant lives in States, we live in Poland, we have different time zones, we have different languages, we have different testing groups. How it works, first, Grant was working with Michael Walczak. This is one of the developers that was working at Portal Games at that time. And they were playtesting here in Portal and debating on Skype about the changes, and polishing the game. Then Michael Orach joined the project, and he was developing the game and changing the game, and we were sending Grant the information on what the game is changing, how the game is changing. And then when Michael Orach was done, my playtesters, so my team from Impulse Setters and all that kind of stuff, joined the project, and we were playtesting the game once again, polishing the game and changing some rules and making to the final stage. So actually there was 3 stages of the design. First Grant Rodiek and Michael Walczak, then Grant Rodiek, Michael Walczak and Michael Orach, and then my team. We update the designers every couple of weeks about the changes, how it works. It is difficult to update them every single week, single day, because we playtest the games on a daily basis, so it is impossible for us to write a detailed report about the changes every single day. So we change, and then after a couple of weeks we send the update to the designer, tell him how the game changes and what's his opinion about these changes and how he thinks about the direction we choose. This is how Crazy Havoc was done. It took us more than 2 years, I think. I remember that I got the prototype of Crazy Havoc from Grant Rodiek. It was Gen Con 2012. It was a couple of months, then we were checking the game, then we signed the contract, and then for about 2 years we were developing the game. So it was a very long process, but the game is finally ready. It is in the production stage, and we will release it for Gen Con this year. I'm super excited about this. Thank you.
Ben Nicholson asks, have you really enjoyed a board game with an awful rulebook so much where you wanted to rewrite the rulebook?
Ben, there was no such situation. If I don't understand the rulebook, if I have a problem with the rulebook, I just give it to other person and ask him or her to help me. The big example of such situation was Android Netrunner. I didn't get this rulebook at all. I had a really big problem with understanding rules of Android Netrunner, and I passed the rulebook to my friend, and he read the rulebook, he played the game by himself, and then explained me the game. And actually, this is a very, very big problem for all publishers. If you have a bad rulebook, you are most likely to have no sales, because if people don't understand your rulebook, if people don't play your games, they will just play different games. There is so many amazing games on the market. There is so many new releases every single week, every single month. New great games hit the market. So if you publish the game that has a rulebook that is difficult, that rulebook that has mistakes, the rulebook that is not easy to understand, people just play different games, because there's so many different and great games on the market. So for us now it's so super important to have better and better rulebooks, because we are aware of the situation. If you read online the rulebook and if you don't understand these rules, you will not buy the game, because there's plenty of other great games on the market. So my advice for all designers and for all publishers who are struggling, please fight for the best rulebook you can have, because if your rulebook is not perfect, you will not have a sales. As simple as that.
Suzanne asks, what are the most exciting parts of retheming, readdressing Pret-a-Porter?
Suzanne, thank you for the question. Pret-a-Porter, our 2017 hopefully release. I'm super excited about this because I will be working at some level with Rado Runstru. This guy, he is very energetic and very positive and very super cool person. And he promised me that he will help me with reteaming the game, because he likes Pret-a-Porter a lot. He knows the game very well, and because of his experience in job, because he was working in the software for years, he knows the market very well. He told me that he will help me a lot with reteaming the game. So the new edition of Pret-a-Porter will be about video game industry. You will be running a video game company. You will be designing video games. You will be hiring coders. You will be hiring the guys who make music. You will be hiring the guys who make graphic and that kind of stuff. And this is a new team for the game, and I will be working on that with Rado at some level. So I'm super excited about this, because me, very energetic person, and he, very energetic person, this will be like super cool experience for everybody. I hope so. And the other thing that I'm excited about is that I will hope to improve the game a little bit. There is some small things that I don't like in the design, so I will have chance to fix these small problems and make the game even better. So I'm super excited. When I finish First Martians, at some day, I will be ready to take a vacation and then work on a Pret-a-Porter new edition video game team. Thank you for the questions, guys. If you have more questions, please use hashtag Askboardgames on Twitter, or ask them just below here on YouTube. I'm happy to discuss with you any topics. I'm happy to answer all design questions or board games questions, everything you want. I'm happy to help you. That's it for today. Thank you. Follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever social media you use. I'm there with interesting content for you. Please listen to Board Games Insider, new episode every 2 weeks. Please look at the previous videos from Askboardgames and stay in touch. That's true?
Yes, of course, boss.
Thank you.